I'm Ray Harden. I'm a principal at Krupinski Builder. I live here in East Hampton. We are currently at Guild Hall doing a major renovation to the space. Once the pandemic hit, everything completely changed. At first, I thought it was only going to be a real temporary shutdown, because it was being said it's 2 weeks, and then everything goes back to normal. We'll be over the curve. Well, that obviously didn't work. That it lasted much longer. Thank goodness for the PPP loans for the business, because that really helped us. We could keep all our guys. We could pay them. We could make rent. Things like that. So that was a huge thing. Yeah, we had a project here in East Hampton. We were probably 2 months from finishing when the pandemic hit, and we had to stop. And at first the homeowner was like, okay, I understand, I get it, but that quickly wore off. And he's like, we want you here, to do this, to do that. I had no problem sending my guys. Other subcontractors were like, we're not sending them, we're not working, we are shut down. So it was hard to complete it when you only have one trade in there. You need plumbers, electricians, HVAC, and they're not coming, but you have carpenters there. You can only do so much. So it was a challenge, but we got it done and they're happy. A job for us is probably a year, 14 months. So to stop for 3 or 4 months really put us way behind. And then after that, you had the problem with getting material. So at one point, you couldn't get framing material because they weren't shipping. Then it went to electrical. You couldn't get electrical boxes. You couldn't get electrical wire. Then it went to drywall. You couldn't get drywall. So it was a big snowball effect. Windows, some lead times on windows became up to a year. And still today, it's hard to get things. Appliances. When I start a job site now, I'm ordering the appliances, so I have them in time for when the house finishes. But you just have to plan for it, in advance, and then you can make the other jobs go smooth. But it has some planning you have to do. You have a roof that leaks or a pipe that breaks or something like that. You have to go and fix that. People can't live with, a broken pipe in their house. So you have to go. And then, okay, the pipe was broken, then it affected the sheetrock. So you have to have a drywall guy go in, then you have to have a painter go in. So I think all the construction industry was essential, just to keep people's everyday maintenance going, because emergencies do happen and you have to deal with them. People like, oh, I don't want you near the house, you guys have to be vaccinated, which was a big thing. Some people didn't want to get vaccinated. So they were like, well, if they're not vaccinated, don't send them to my house. So you had to see, are you vaccinated? It was like you were, micromanaging. And it was a hard thing to go through, because you just trust your guys and, every day, okay, you're going to this job, and they go, and there was never any questions asked. And now it's, they have to wear masks, are they vaccinated? So it's big, and still today, I go to some places and people make us wear masks in their house. So people are still afraid. We have 55 employees. The one thing is one of the girls in the office came and said, my daughter has COVID. And she was so upset because she had the fear that she was going to get it. So we sent her home immediately. She went and got tested. Didn't test positive at first. A couple days later, she did test positive. And she was just beside herself, that she thought that she was going to infect everybody that was in the office and stuff like that. And it really, you could see it in her eyes, the worry in her eyes that, that she had COVID and was afraid to spread it to somebody else. So that kind of stuck with me. The East Hampton community, I think, is the best place on earth. I really do. I'm very involved with the community. I'm a volunteer fireman. I'm on the licensing review board for the East Hampton town. Just recently going to join the Historical Society for East Hampton Village. I was on the zoning board for the village. So I'm very involved. I love East Hampton. It's probably the greatest place to live. And we're a great community. And people come together. And that's what makes it so special, is people come together in times of need or crisis. And it's the best place. As it started to, the pandemic started to go away, the real estate market took off. People were buying houses. I mean, houses were going to bidding wars. So it was a big thing. So my feeling is they bought these houses. Now they're going to look at them and be like, you know what? I want to renovate. I want to tear it down. I want to do this. So I think the business is going to grow in the next couple of years, as long as the economy stays good. I think it'll be booming here in the next couple of years. Interesting. It was an interesting time. It was hard times, but you do what you have to do. You have to survive. You can't just lay down and be like, okay. So you push through, and we all did that. We all survived. We survived. It was a tough time, but we made it through.